Previously on Fumblelore, what do you remember from last time?
We escaped really scary people who were trying to chase us and take us away.
And who were the scary people?
Guards.
They're not people.
They're not people? Guards aren't people?
They're things.
They aren't human. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not
We
human.
talked about this in the lore dump episode. The guards weren't human, but you were chased by guards.
Yeah.
Anything else happening you can remember?
We totally broke some of their faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, we totally did. And yeah, we escaped into a library of sorts, where hopefully we can be safe for the meantime.
I guess we're going to find out, huh?
Uh-huh.
On that note, Evelyn, why don't you roll a D4 for me? Pyramid.
Okay. That's a 1.
That's a 1? Oh,
It's a 1.
Perfect. Right on top. Ethan, if you will pick one of these cards and then read it, and both of you are going to answer the question.
Okay. In character.
In character.
These
Correct.
are fun. You also have to try and figure out the voice as you're answering the questions, but you know.
Outside the tools of trade, what is a personal effect that you carry that means something to you? What does that mean?
Do you understand what that means?
No.
Do you know what tools of the trade means?
No.
So if you're a
Carpentry?
thief, your tools of the trade are like a lockpick set. If you're a blacksmith, your tools of the trade
okay.
are like a hammer and forge. So tools of the trade means the things that you carry in order to accomplish your specific trait. Since you are a Slyborn, what would a Slyborn's tools of the trade be?
Lockpicks.
Lockpicks?
Steel knives. Steel knives.
Do you have like a disguise kit to try to like disguise yourself?
Don't you have a disguise kit on your character sheet?
I don't know.
What are Maven's tools of the trade? You have a journal and you have your own personal journal and a writing utensil.
Yeah.
What are the tools of the trade do you feel like you'd have?
She'd probably carry a couple rocks on her just in case she.
Rocks, really?
Yeah, she would
Because
have.
you're a hobbit and you're really good at throwing, so something
I'm
to throw.
a human, not a hobbit.
No, I know. Hobbits were well known for how good they can throw things. So, do you keep them just in case to like throw?
Yeah, and rocks are cool. So looking at rocks is also pastime when
Okay.
she's already memorized all of the books in the small study. She just looks at rocks.
Okay.
I should probably write that down on my character sheet.
Yeah, you probably should.
Rocks.
I think that Haun would carry a pair of knives made out of bedrock. No.
Bedrock is
This
an
isn't
actual thing.
Minecraft.
Bedrock
Obsidian.
is an actual. Obsidian is a thing.
Knives made out of obsidian.
Bedrock is not a thing.
That's-
Obsidian is a thing. Yeah. Yeah,
you
that's
are on
cool.
an island, and islands are notoriously volcanic. So I could see
Obsidian,
that.
yeah.
Obsidian knives. Nice.
We both have something rock related.
Yes, you both have something rock related. Our geologist fans would be proud.
Yeah.
You walk into this building to a site you've never seen before. The smell you find somewhat familiar because you've smelled it every time you've opened a book and shoved your nose inside of it to take in that smell of the written word. This room is abundant with that smell and a feeling of warmth as you look around the room to see cases, stacks, and stacks of bookshelves on top of the other. But instead of the bookshelves that you're used to in your school that are barren with very few books and just a few trinkets, you see an entire library full of books.
This giant door closes behind you. For a moment, none of you say anything. The sounds outside of the guards and the chaos in the courtyard and fairy wings, they all become muffled and then distant. What replaces it is something that you didn't expect, a sense of warmth. The smell of old paper and bindings and something that smells like wood smoke filling the room. More books than you ever have seen in your life are all in one place, stacked and sorted and cared for. The giant who led you in sets his own armful of books down on a nearby table with gentleness that seems odds for his size, and he turns to look at you. Without a word, he leans in close to all of you, examining each one of you. As the giant leans in, Haun, how do you react? What do you do in that moment?
I think I would just stay calm.
You would stay calm?
Honestly, with your character, I imagine you would probably like puff up your chest and try to look bigger, I guess. Because it's a giant.
You tiny little teenage human, you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
like
I'll
puff
just
up your
puff
chest
up
and
my
try
chest.
to intimidate a giant that's like twice your size. Okay. Maven, as he leans into you, what do you do at that moment?
She wouldn't care. She wouldn't even notice him. She'd be looking at all the books. She wouldn't care that there's a giant getting a little close. She would just look at all the books. Like she just wouldn't see him.
Let's say you look around just totally absorbed by this room full of books. And as you turn your head, you come face to face with this giant. The head of the giant being so much larger than your own. His imposing figure standing directly in front of you. And he looks at you looking at the books. And without a word just smiles as he turns his attention to Gabriel.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna roll to see if Gabriel panics.
I forgot we had Gabriel.
You forgot we have Gabriel? You guys keep forgetting that you have Gabriel with you. Yes, it is the two of you.
As much of a nuisance as Gabriel is, we keep forgetting he exists.
Hey, different roles. He could not be here. But
yeah, you're right.
Yeah. As he turns his attention to Gabriel, Gabriel also somewhat awestruck, but in a different way, by all of the books in the room, suddenly comes face to face with this giant. He backs up in fear. He scrambles and he trips and knocks into one of the bookshelves, and a few of the books fall over and onto the floor.
Can I try to catch the
Can I try
books?
to catch some?
You want to try to catch the books?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and make an agility roll, both of you. Both of you are going to try to catch some books?
First roll of the game. Of the day, I guess.
Yes, of the day.
I have a 12 with hope.
Perfect.
15 with hope.
15 with hope and a 12
Out
with
of hope. Out of hope.
Yeah,
Good.
both of you out of hope. Perfect. You watch as Gabriel backs up and trips over himself, running into this bookshelf. And though the bookshelf is sturdy and full of books, the force of Gabriel's body hitting it knocks a few books off the bookshelf. But both of you are quick enough and anticipatory enough of Gabriel's reaction to things that he's not used to. You've been with him for a full day. We're still on the same day.
We're still on the same
This
day.
is still we need to go through days faster.
I
This
know.
is still the same day. You've been with him for half a day now. No, but you know Gabriel, and you already know how he's going to react to this new environment and this new person in front of him. And so both of you dash forward and you catch these books. And as you catch these books, the giant gently grabs each of the books from you, turns and sets them on the table behind him.
Sorry.
Sorry. You're saying sorry
Yeah.
for Gabriel?
Yeah.
Okay, apologizing for Gabriel doesn't say anything. He's gonna let you take the fall for it.
Okay.
So the giant turns around, looking at Shevani and then looking at the rest of you, and says,
So, you're the ones who've caused quite the commotion.
Yes. Yes, we are.
you say it with pride. Yeah, it was us.
Yeah, that was us.
Yeah.
He turns and he walks further into this library. And as he does, he turns back to you and motions to chairs and a low table that are near a fireplace at the far end of the room. Everything in the bookstore is scaled to accommodate both himself as a giant and smaller races.
That's nice.
And so there are a few chairs and a table near the fireplace. What do you guys want to do?
Follow him. Sit down.
Is there anything else that would be worth investigating in this library?
Do you want to do that now,
Yeah,
or do you want to do it once you sit down in the...
I'll do it now, and then I will go sit down in the chair.
Go ahead and make an instinct roll.
Yeah.
Actually, make your instinct roll, and then Haun, I want you to make an instinct roll after that.
Okay. My rolls are so good today. Okay, it's
My
20
roll.
with
My
hope.
rolls are the same. my
20
rolls
with
are
hope.
20 with hope.
20 with hope.
Fantastic, Han.
14 with hope.
Han, you suddenly hear a scuffle and the sound of feet. And as you're walking towards this chair and about ready to sit down, you glance back to where you just came from. You see Parent, the little goblin boy, walk out the door. But as he does, he turns and he looks at you and he winks and then shuffles out the door. And then with all of his small goblin might, closes it with a... Maven, you look around this room and again, you are just awestruck by how many books there are in one place. Like someone that's never seen the ocean before, you never could have imagined so many things being in the same place at the same time. And you notice all of these bookshelves cared for and all of these books organized and maintained. And you can tell that some of the books are old. Not all of them. You see ones that show definite signs of age, but you also see new books as if they've been written recently. Above all of these shelves, you also see signs. One predominant sign above the door that you came in has some strange markings on it, lettering that you think you recognize, but you're not quite sure. And then you glance to the other side of the room where you're about to head and sit down in the chairs. And you see on one wall, taking up the entire wall, a mural.
What does it look like? Do I need to roll another investigation check?
No, you don't need to,
Okay.
you don't need to roll another investigation check. The entire wall is a mural, and on that mural is a map. On that map, you can see one predominant feature, an island, a huge island. You notice that some part of the coastline is familiar, part of it. You've been up and down the coastline of your side of the island enough to notice and to recognize some of its features, but you notice that this island is whole. It's unbroken. One single landmass where you have only known there to be two. And at its center, where the channel, where the divide between your side of the island and this new side of the island is now, and where the bridge was, you see a city. You see a circular city ringed by waterways. The heart of it at the center of this waterway, and a ring around the center, and then another larger ring around the center. And you realize that you recognize part of it. You recognize part of your city of Salmara. Now, the map shows more than just a city. The whole island itself is marked. There's forests in the north, there's mountain ranges, there's coastal settlements, there's rivers running down towards the sea, and throughout it, there are marks of different symbols across this map of this island, and you can see signs of habitations, different types of communities on this island spread across the whole island, not just at the center where the city is, where the city was. You see many unmistakable large markings on the island, some of them in the mountains, some of them in the coast, one near the center of the island close to Salmara itself. And each one is marked with the same symbol, something like a wing or a flame or both at once.
Is it the bird book?
Is it the bird book?
Wait. Oh, wait.
Is it the bird? Do you want to elaborate a little bit more? What do you mean? Is it the bird, book?
Are you talking about the journals that Yara gave us? No, the one we saw that got ripped up by Captain
The
Garn.
bird book.
The one
Are you
Captain
as
Garn
confused
book-
as I am when he says the bird book? What do you mean by the bird book?
The bird that has book wings.
Are you talking about the Sarah?
Are you talking about our logo for the podcast? The bird book. It's a phoenix.
No, it's a bird book.
Phoenix.
It's a phoenix. Well, a phoenix is a bird, so
It's a bird book because it has wings of a book.
the bird book. I was so confused. I was like, what? I know. I'm like, I don't remember a bird book. Like maybe from the library. No, not from the library at Kiara's room. A bird, but no. You're talking about the logo to the podcast. No.
That's a phoenix.
That's a phoenix.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Suddenly, I now feel like you're expecting the logo for a podcast to be an element inside of this world. You are? Give me that look. No, it is not the logo for a podcast.
The bird book.
The bird book.
The bird book.
It is not or would it be a bird book or a book bird?
Bird book.
Bird book.
Bird book. Okay. No, it is not. It is not the bird book.
So then what does it look like?
I just said, what does the map look like, or what do the symbols look like?
Symbols.
I drew it down.
Could we look through the pages that Kiara gave us?
If he wants to compare stuff, that's okay.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
You want to do that? Okay, go ahead and make me, let's say, an instinct
Critical
roll.
success.
Critical success.
It only took 6 rolls into the.
I'm not
Six rolls into
surprised.
the whole game.
I'm just. It's one of those things that you get so accustomed to it. I'm not even phased anymore. Yeah, of course, a critical success.
Of course.
Why wouldn't it be a critical? If you ever rolled like you can't roll a 2 because that would be a critical success. But if you
3.
ever rolled a 3, that would blow my mind.
Would it for me? Well,
All right.
at least my dice or his dice.
Haun, with a critical success, you notice something specific about the large symbols strewn across this map. They aren't random. You can tell you have this feeling, this sense that they aren't random. They're placed at intervals that feel deliberate, like waypoints or a route or stops on a journey. Your sly-born instinct for reading the environment kicks in and lets you know that there's something very deliberate about the placement of these symbols around the map.
When we got onto the land after the bridge collapse, was there like a little waypoint that had that symbol?
I don't know. You did not.
I wrote it down. It was a fountain with a seraph on top of it, so that could be it.
That was in the middle of the
Does it look like the seraph?
town square. Does the symbols look like the seraph?
Wait, so does the symbol for the town have the seraph symbol?
No, it is not the seraph symbol.
So the symbol looks like a flame.
A flame wing
Or
thingy.
a flame or a wing or a creature or both at once.
Is it a Balrog?
Is it a Balrog? No. This is not Lord of the Rings. It's not a Balrog.
It's not a Balrog.
Is it that?
Is it? What are you pointing at? I don't know what you're pointing at.
It's the black thing on the yellow book.
That's Harry Potter, dude.
Oh.
You're trying to pull in references from other properties.
I couldn't read the book.
No, it's not Harry Potter.
It's not Harry Potter.
It's not Lord of the Rings.
Is it a flame?
Yes, I just described that.
This is why we can't both move through the
All
day.
I'll say is you don't recognize what kind of symbol it is. You haven't seen it before.
Have I looked through the pages yet?
No, you haven't looked through the pages yet.
Did I look through
You
the
guys-
pages that
Wait.
Kiara ripped
You
up?
guys just sat down.
Did I look through the pages Kiara ripped up?
You want to look
That was
through.
ripped out of Kiara's book. Yeah, let's look through those.
Were they in your bag or were they in Maven's bag?
He grabbed some and
He
stuffed them into
did.
his
I grabbed
bag.
more
I
than
grabbed
her.
some and
You
stuffed
did.
them in my bag. We both grabbed separate hands.
So what if I tell her to give me all of her pages and then I look through all of them to see if there's any
I want to
resemblance?
look through mine. We can compare and contrast from different
Fine.
hands. Wow, the sass.
The sass.
And I'm the older one.
No, well, in game, he's the older one. So
Technically, yeah, but
in IRL, yes, you are the older one. In game, he is the older one.
Yeah.
So
I never knew it was so cold before.
did you say that out loud or did you say it to yourself?
Yeah, she said it out loud. Well, she kind of said it out loud, kind of mumbled it, but also said it out loud.
Okay, question. Do you recognize what this map is?
Maven would have a good idea of what it is. She hasn't seen a whole lot of maps before, but she definitely knows
Where's
what
the puzzle cards?
it could be.
The puzzles that you guys found? Right here.
Yeah, it is too.
Yeah, Maven wouldn't exactly know its entirety, but she has a pretty good educated guess on if it's Ithrodel or not.
So you recognize it as
How do you spell
Ithrodel.
Ithrodel?
Yeah.
Ithrodel.
Oh, I thought it was Dale, like Dale. It's
Again,
Dale,
Lord of the
not
Rings.
Al.
Dale. The city of Dale.
Dale.
The giant, he set something down on the table. He looks at you, rifling through your bags and looking up the map and looking for something in your bag. And he could tell what it is that you're looking at. And he says,
Ithrodel. Or Ithrodel as it once was, before the breaking, before the cataclysm that spread our island apart into the two that we now know.
The breaking? I'm confused. What is that?
The breaking. You know not of the breaking.
Books and history on our side of the island is rare. Very rare.
We've heard. But history of the island is for the whole island, not just your side of the island or my side of the island. Yes, the breaking. Long ago, for reasons that we have not yet figured out, there was a breaking, a cataclysmic event that not only split the island in two, but split our cities in two, or our city. For our city is Salmara, and your city is also Salmara. But the city is broken. Maybe one day we'll be rejoined and whole again, but for the moment, it is what it is. We are where we are. And we're glad that you're here. Although...
and he takes a breath and takes a moment and looks at you, Maven, and Haun, and Gabriel a little confused and says,
we were expecting more, and we weren't expecting 3 of you.
So
There's 4 of us.
3 humans.
3 humans. There were only supposed to be 2 humans.
Well, what? The other human died, and the other
What? No.
Safari died.
The other human died. What?
There was another human. There
Are you
was
talking
another
about
tiefling.
Allray? Allray's an elf.
Allray,
Oh, yes.
Did we get the name right?
Yes, Allray.
Okay,
Yeah.
Allray.
We've had a terrible time like being consistent with the names of some of these characters.
have.
Could I grab these out of my bag, the puzzles, and show them to him and ask him if he...
So
Well,
the
We should
puzzle,
probably explain.
yeah, the puzzle was a plaque that was on the fountain with the seraph on it.
I probably copied it.
Is a drawing that Maven sketched down in her notebook. And that symbol was one in the back of your notebook, in the back of the notebook that Kiara had given you.
Could I ask him if he can
We should
figure out the
probably
word?
explain why there's not a whole lot of us left before you ask him about a random puzzle we saw on a statue.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to do the explaining or should I?
You can.
Okay. There was a bit of a road bump? I don't know.
That's putting it lightly. A massive explosion that collapsed the bridge that had taken, decades to build and connected the waterway between 2 parts of an island. It was a road bump.
A road bump, you say?
No, I didn't. I don't say road bump. I was trying to figure out.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying not to laugh. There was an accident and the bridge exploded and it collapsed and some of us were able to make it back to the other side, but some weren't so fortunate as we were.
As you say this, you suddenly look over at the chair next to you to see Shevani. So far, she has been sitting unmoving without making a sound, looking all around her and taking it all in. And there's a long pause before she says,
His name was Davin.
she doesn't say anything else. She just looks back around her at the books on the bookshelves and looks at the floor, unmoving and in
So
silence.
there's random scribbles, right?
Well, yeah, but there's also teal on there. She's just having this moment, and we're just like, okay, so this word is teal, this word is...
Are you looking at your drawing of the puzzle
we're looking at this. Anyway,
You're looking at the puzzle
I'm
from
thinking
the...
of it as a crossword puzzle. I don't know. I'm trying.
Is it a crossword
Anyway,
puzzle?
back to the sad moment in the story.
Back to this utterly sad moment in the story. Both of you make an instinct roll real quick.
9 with hope. Of course, you got a critical success.
Double twos.
Of course.
Double twos. Yeah. Maven, as you are pulling these notes and the journal out of your bag and looking at them, cross-referencing, stuff you might see on the pages and stuff you might see on the mural in front of you, and all of a sudden you notice something in the book that Kiara gave you. You recognize some of the symbols in the journal that Kiara gave you as being the same as some of the symbols you see on this large sign above the door where you just came in. Haun, what were you investigating that you got a critical success?
The map, and I was gonna.
I told you to make an instinct roll.
Yeah, and I was gonna examine the pages to the map.
Okay, as you pull out pages and as you pull out the book from your bag, you can hear a gasp from somewhere beside you, and you look over to see Gabriel. Gabriel didn't sit down in one of the chairs. Instead, not slinking into a corner, but keeping his distance, he found a corner in between two bookshelves in the space where you are all at now. And he looks over at you and sees you pull this book out of your bag. And he sees you, Maven, pull the book out of your bag. And you can hear him mouth the words, "I knew it," to himself.
There's no one you can tell now, and honestly, I don't care anymore.
You're saying this to Gabriel?
I'm saying this to Gabriel.
You say this directly at Gabriel, and the tone in your voice is so piercing. You can see him start to want to say something, but then realizing where he's at, he stops. He looks back up at the giant and looks at you and looks at all of the books around him. Symbols of misinformation and distrust and an alternate history and all of the things that his father has taught him to be weary of and to be against for his entire life. And he just folds his arms and says nothing.
Could I examine this to the...
Compare to the map?
Are you talking about the map, the sign above the door? The sign?
Because didn't you say they had, like, scribble dibbles?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you open the journal and you flip towards the back, looking at the symbols in the back of the journal that Kiara gave you against the symbols on the sign. And the giant looks at you and looks at the sign and he says,
"It's an old tongue, one that was spoken at one time across the old island before the breaking. It says, 'Knowledge is power.'"
He pauses for a moment and then he says,
"We have not forgotten."
Gabriel, you can hear him under his breath say, "Lies." Aldrich hears the giant.
Aldrich?
It just kind of slipped out.
Sorry.
His name is Aldrich. The giant's name is Aldrich. Aldrich hears this and he looks over at Gabriel and he doesn't say anything for a moment, but then turns his attention back towards you.
Can I ask him if this, if he recognizes this?
You want to ask the giant if he recognizes the drawing of the puzzle from the fountain? Yeah. He grabs the book. It is small in his hands. He grabs the book and he brings it.
It's like Shaq holding a water bottle.
It's like Shaq holding
regular-sized water bottle.
And you can see him reach up to his head and bring down a little set of eyeglasses as he reads what to him is this little book. And he looks at the drawing of the plaque from the bottom of the fountain and he says,
"Of course, I have seen this many times, ever since my youth. Not many understand its meaning or its significance. Do you?"
Can I make an intuition check?
What?
An intuition tech? You want to try those words again?
Intuition check.
Are you trying to say intuition?
Yes. intuition check.
Okay. Yes. You can make an instinct. Yeah. We'll go with instinct. Actually, what are you trying to detect?
If I can like understand what it says.
We're going to try a roll that we haven't tried a roll yet. Make me a knowledge roll.
We haven't rolled that
Yes.
yet? Oh.
No, we haven't rolled knowledge yet. We haven't needed to. All we've had to do is jump out of things
17 with hope.
and avoid being beaten.
15 with hope.
15. Oh, are you making a roll too?
Oh, are we?
Okay, he was the one asking, but if you want to, that's great.
Sure, why not?
17 with
you
hope.
have like a plus, I don't know, 50 on knowledge?
2.
2.
Not 50.
You could use your thingamajigger.
Her experience, one was
Speed
speed reading, the other was tinkerer. Tinkerer?
Wait,
Tinker and
she
build.
could use tinkerer on this.
It's tinker and build, not tinker and solve a random puzzle we saw on the back of a statue. That would be funny if that was one of my experiences, though.
That would be. Okay, so what did... all this distraction, what did you get for your roll?
17 with hope.
15 with hope.
15 with hope. All right, perfect. He hands the book back to you. And as...
Did we tell him no, we don't understand this?
No. Is that what you want to say?
No.
I guess we don't answer them. Okay, whatever, just continue.
No, we just look at it and then yeah.
He hands the book back to you, and as he does, there are words that you seem to recognize on this puzzle from this plaque on this fountain. There's one specifically that you already said that you recognize. What is it?
Name.
Name. Okay.
And
And
teal.
teal.
And teal?
I found a word. I found teal.
E-A-O.
Okay, perfect.
Did you
All
need
right.
to put that there?
No, all of those words are in a very specific order for a very specific reason.
Teal name. Ocean?
I don't know if I
Turquoise?
want to give this to you. It's how easy do I want to make these puzzles for you, or how much do I want you to work for them?
We don't figure these things out very quickly. I'm just saying, we're not going to figure
We've
this out
done
for like another
escape
3
rooms together. We figure stuff out from time to time.
Because it's together with an adult who has a smarter brain than ours.
Yes, if our brains just went like little.
Since you did roll high enough, let's say that as Aldrich hands this book back to you, your own hand seeming so small compared to this giant, you grab the book. And as you grab the book, you look at this puzzle upside down. And all of a sudden, you twist the book around. And as you twist the book around, you get a sense that there's a solution here. In twisting the book upside down to right side up, you almost feel like the answer, it's right at your fingertips. The answer is there. There's something that you haven't quite found yet.
I guess we both just have a slightly puzzled look on our face because we don't know what we're doing. We don't know.
Okay.
Wait, what did he set on the table?
You look over at the table and you can see glasses full of some liquid and small things that look like pastries,
I
like
found another
donuts.
word. Ooh, I found east.
East? You found another word? For those of you trying to keep up with this puzzle, we've put a picture of the puzzle, of the drawing of the plaque over on Fumblelore.com. So if you want to try to solve this puzzle along with us, if they can, they'll solve it. I'm confident they'll solve it. You can find that post over at Fumblelore.com.
I feel like you're a little more confident in us than you should be. I'm gonna ask about the pastries.
You're going to ask about the pastries?
What pastries are on the table?
Special ones. My friend, a baker, made them fresh this morning. Please, eat, try, rest. It seems like you've had quite the day.
I think that's an understatement, but I'm gonna grab a pastry, 2 pastries and sit by Shevani,
Shevani. Yes.
and hand one to her.
She takes it from you, and without a word, she puts it in her mouth and takes a bite and starts to chew. And you can see for a moment a look of confusion on her face, but then a look of surprise and a look of delight. And she all of a sudden eats all of this pastry all in one bite and just gobbles it down.
I hand her another one and grab one and take a bite for myself.
She grabs it from you, and again, she just scarfs this pastry down.
I bite into the pastry. What do I taste?
You bite into the pastry, and as you bite into this pastry, this sensation, like you've never had before, all of a sudden washes over your taste buds. This sweet, so very sweet flavor just engulfs your mouth. You don't recognize it because you've never had it before, but it is such a sweet taste that you can't help yourself. And all of a sudden, just like Shevani, you are gobbling this pastry down.
Wait, what's in the vials?
Vials?
Didn't you say there were vials full of liquid?
No, like glasses.
Glasses full of liquid.
Like glasses.
Sorry, not vials. Glasses.
Just glasses.
Is it water?
Looks like water. Yeah.
Okay, it's water.
Looks like water.
I'm asking with my mouth still a little full. What's in these? They're delicious.
He looks at you and he looks at Shevani scarfing these pastries down, and he smiles to himself and he says,
My friend will be very happy that you enjoy these so much. And it's a fruit from this side of the island. I would assume that you have it on yours. Perhaps not.
What's the name of the fruit? I might recognize the name, but...
Mangoes.
Really?
Yes, of course. Yes,
of
really.
course. Maven doesn't recognize... She just looks puzzled. She doesn't recognize mangoes.
Okay.
But she writes them down.
Can I make an instinct check on this?
You want to do an instinct check on
Another
the
one?
Yeah.
on the puzzle?
Another one? This is why we don't get things done. We just...
Yeah, this is why like half a day has gone by.
17 with hope.
17 with hope. That feeling that you had when you twisted the book, that instinct that there was something else. You can't read this puzzle normally like you would read words on a book. There's something about that twisting motion, that spiraling motion that somehow contains the answer on how to read this puzzle, how to decipher this puzzle. All of a sudden, you hear a door at the back of the room open and slam. You hear this female voice, this soft, high-pitched voice, very exasperated, very out of breath. And you see a figure step into the room. This woman with horns and what looks like hooves on her feet walks into the room. She is out of breath. She's excited. She walks in and she says,
You'll never guess what happened. I heard that.
And then all of a sudden she stops and looks at you sitting in the chairs, and then looks at Gabriel at the back of the room, and then looks up at Aldrich. And this confused, excited but confused look on her face. She moves towards Aldrich, still looking at you, kind of like sidestepping, as if she's cautious, unsure of what to say or do next. And she stands up to Ulrich and she says,
Is this them?
It is.
She looks at you, Maven, almost as if she recognizes you, like she knows you. She looks over at you, Haun, and for a moment she has that same kind of look, like you're an old friend, like you're almost familiar. But then she looks at Gabriel and is confused and takes a step back. But as she takes a step back, she looks down in the lap of both you Haun, and you, Maven, and she sees the journals. And she says,
Where didn't you get those journals?
Our mentor, Kiara, gave them to us.
You say this, and she sighs.
Good. Glad you got them. You.
She looks at you, Maven, and she says,
You must be Maven. Who is that?
And she points to Gabriel in the corner.
The sulking figure in the back is named Gabriel. He is very mean, and you don't need to worry about him. He kind of snuck. He's a stowaway on this trip.
I'm gonna roll to see whether she, whether she believes this or whether she's gonna be doubtful. Oh dang!
Oh no!
Oh dang!
Oh no!
20?
Almost.
Oh really?
Wow.
Wow.
I actually rolled really good. She, after you say that, she looks at Gabriel, still confused, still befuddled as to why this meanie is still here. But then she goes up to you and she reaches down and she grabs the book from your lap and opens it up and flips through it. And she flips through it and she nods, and not in agreement, but almost as if she's checking to make sure that everything is there.
I want to ask her something.
What do you want to ask her?
How does she know?
Do it in character.
How do you know Kiara?
Or my name, for that matter. Or our names, for that matter.
I know Kiara, although we've never met. We've worked together for, let's say, a long time. We're part of the same group, the Opus Sect. Do you know of the Opus Sect?
No.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Everything on your side of the island is so different from how it is here. Information there is
Controlled.
hard to come by and even harder to deliver and communicate. But we, the Opus Sect, have found ways. Kiara is part of our group. We are here to help preserve the history of the island, to preserve all of this.
And she raises her hands towards all of the books surrounding you in this room. You hear a sound of, let's say, disdain, of doubt coming from Gabriel in the corner.
Of course.
And you can see him stepping forward closer towards this female standing. He looks at her and he looks up at her horns, these animal horns coming out of her head.
Goat horns?
In confusion. He looks down at her feet. She looks back at him and she's like,
Oh, yes, about that.
she reaches up and she grabs the horn and she starts to pull up. And as she starts to pull up, you can see her hair and her horns start to come out as she takes this thing off of her head. And as she does, her hair, her natural hair, her real hair, all of a sudden falls down. And you can see on her head ears, human ears, like you. She sets this headpiece down on the table, and she reaches down at her feet and she grabs her hooves, or what look like hooves, and she all of a sudden slides those off like shoes, one after the other, and then sets those down and then stands there with human feet and human ears and looks at you. She motions her arms out as if to say, ta-da!
There's humans on this side of the island?
Aldrich all of a sudden speaks up and he says,
Yes, there are a few, but not many. Long ago, after the breaking, there was a rift on the island. A physical one that divided our two halves, but also in our society. Every group, every race seemed to blame the other for the breaking. The reasons being unknown, it was easy for each of us to blame someone else for what was well out of our control. We didn't know why what happened, but we knew there must have been a reason for it. And so fingers were pointed, accusations were thrown, but here on this side of the island, where many of us had already been separated from your people.
and he points down at this woman in front of him and then at you, Maven and Haun.
Humans and those like you, the elves and the Infernus and the Qatari, you all felt yourselves superior even in a time before the breaking, and so many of us had already been divided, but after the breaking, it was the humans that got the brunt of the blame for what happened. And so on this side of the island, though there were not many to begin with, the humans that remained went into hiding, more out of protection from persecution than anything. This one,
and he points down to the woman in front of you,
Sable, is one of them. She appears as a faun, which is a very common race on this side of the island. It is a way for her to walk around without drawing too much attention. as you could tell from your experience earlier.
Maven kind of looks down a bit.
So that's why they hated us.
Sable looks at the both of you and again says,
I'm so glad you're here. I heard that something happened to the bridge. Our link between our sides of the island is gone, but not to worry. There are other ways to get information. There are other ways to get around. We'll find disguises for the both of you. We'll make it so that you can tour this side of the island. You can still accomplish everything that you came here to accomplish. But more importantly, more specifically...
And she grabs the journal and closes it and holds it close to her chest. And she says,
so that you can accomplish the reason why you are here. Why the two of you are here. Why the two of you are chosen. Because we think that you are the answer to fix what was broken.
thank you so much for listening to Fumblelore. Fumblelore is me, Donovan, as the GM, Evelyn is Maven, and Ethan is Haun. If you like episodes like this of this cinematic, family-friendly, actual play podcasting, please share this with anybody that you think might enjoy it. One of the things that we have coming up is an implementation of our Boon and Bane system. Now that our characters are fully on the island, there are going to be moments where decisions by our audience will be made to influence the story. Whether that be a boon and something, or a character, or an event that will help our characters, or a bane, or an enemy, or a cursed item, or something that may hinder their progress. And as part of the audience, you can vote on what that thing will be. So to find out more about that, or maybe you want to work on the puzzles that our characters are going to come across and try to solve them yourself, or if you want to help support the show, you can do all those things over at Fumblelore.com. And be sure to join us next week for some more Fumblelore.
Let's go.
I walked into a tavern and I noticed that there were weapons all over the bar. And I asked the barkeep, why is there so many weapons all over the bar? And he says, mimics. And I laughed and he laughed and the table laughed. You've heard that one?
I heard one similar. It's you're walking down a street and a guy pulls out a gun on you and says, give me your wallet. And then you give him your wallet. He throws it on the ground and shoots it. And then he says, and it till it screams and he says mimics, right? And then you laugh and he laughs. You both laugh and the gun laughs.
That's good.